Hi, my name is Aya, you're watching Aya Reads, and I'm here to do my September TBR, playing my TBR game, Hitster, where basically songs pick my TBR. Last month I played the regular Hitster, and this month I'm gonna be playing the Guilty Pleasures Hitster. As always with these videos, every box has cards from both games, so it really doesn't matter, but it's just, I don't know, easier for me if I know, like if I switch them up basically. I have exactly 6 tokens, and I was debating because technically I'm pre-filming this video and I have not read any book of my TBR, but I do know I will for sure be reading 2 by the end of the month. But the other 3, I really have no plans and I don't have the time to pick them up. So I will be using 3 tokens to remove those books from my TBR. Basically, the books I'm going to be removing are Losers, Part 1, On the Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, and You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria. And the books I still plan on reading are Kulti by Mariana Zapata and Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. The reason I know that I will be getting to those is I have set plans to read both of them for vlogs. And I have been a bit slumpy, so I really couldn't get to the other books. Also, I have not said it, but I will not be explaining the rules for this TBR game in this video. Instead, I will link the playlist for all my TBRs I did this year, and the first video will explain all the rules. So let's get started. So I still have 3 tokens. I'm gonna just use the die, and whichever number I feel called to will be the number of cards that I have to have on my timeline. So let's get started. 6 and 3. That seems to be, wasn't last month 6 and 3? I will go for 6. Hopefully I will not regret this choice. And let's start with the first card, which is from 1974, You're the First, the Last, My Everything by Barry White. This seems like a romance book will definitely fit. I'm pretty sure I can pick any romance book for this one. So for You're the First, the Last, My Everything by Barry White, I went for these lyrics. I know there's only one like you. There's no way they could have made 2. You are all I'm living for. Your love I'll keep forevermore. You're the first, you're the last, my everything. So for this one, I really couldn't go with any other book except for Alchemized by Senlin Yu. I know that this hero is a MMC who would do anything and everything for his FMC. She's definitely his first, his last, his everything. Like, he would literally sacrifice the entire world if that meant that she's safe. So I thought that only one book on my TBR could fit, and that was Alchemized. This has not come out yet. This is one of my most anticipated new releases. It will come out on September 23rd, and you best believe I will be reading it as soon as it's available for me. So Alchemized is a new fantasy romance. This is about Helena Marino, who was once a promising alchemist, but she's now a prisoner of war and of her own mind. Her resistance friends and allies have all been murdered. Now the new ruling class of corrupt guild families, depraved necromancers, they have won the war and now she is held captive. The enemy always thought that she was just a healer, nobody of importance, but now that her mind has been erased, they start to think, okay, maybe she is important, so they're trying to get to her memories. And she's sent to the High Reeve, one of the most powerful, ruthless necromancers in this new world. She's trapped, and this is going to be their romance. This, of course, is based on a fan fiction, and I've read that fan fiction, and it's one of my favorite stories of all time. So I'm very interested to see what the original work will be like. So let's get started with the first song I will have to guess. Okay. The song is What a Feeling. I think it is after 1974, but I don't know who actually sings it. Although now that I think maybe it's before 1974. I don't know, we'll see. I think it's after. It has to be, right? I think so. Yes. Yes! Okay. Flashdance, What a Feeling. Oh, so 1983, so I'm correct about that. For Flashdance, What a Feeling by Irene Cara, the lyrics didn't really give me anything, and as you can see by the title and by the length of this video, there are a lot of books that I need to pick for this game. So I just made it easier on myself. I went for the color, which is purple, and there is one purple book that is coming out this month that I am highly anticipating. This, I believe, this is definitely my second favorite, or my second most anticipated new release. And it's, of course, Wildcard by Elsie Silver. This is the fourth and final book in her Rose Hill series. And this is a ex-boyfriend's dad romance, which that has never been one of my favorite tropes. But if I can trust one person to do it right, it's Elsie Silver. So you follow Sebastian, who is, of course, he's one of the the single dads, like in the bowling league. The single dad bowling league, and he is a hot as hell fire pirate. And the synopsis doesn't tell me who the heroine is, but we have seen her in the last book. She used to date his son, but they have had now some interactions together and they cannot resist each other. Of course, I'm so excited about this one, and I will be reading this as soon as it's in my hand. So let's continue to the next song. I have no idea. Okay, so this could be either before 1974 or before 1983, or maybe even in the 90s, but I don't know. Like the song itself could be, like, the melody feels more newer, I guess, but the way she sings and her voice seems a bit older. Let's go for this. Let's go for here. Between 74 and 83. Oh, I'm gonna be so upset. Fuck me! Okay, so I don't get this one. For Na Nena. Na na na. Anyway, by Vaya con Dios. Once again, this song, as fun as the song is, didn't really give me anything. At least the lyrics didn't give me anything. So I went once again for the color, which this time the color is yellow. And I actually went for a photo finish by Elsie Silver, which, yes, you can see that this is lightly yellow, but really, let me put this one here. The new traditionally published covers, this one is definitely yellow. I bought the indie covers when I found out that this series was gonna be traditionally published, because I really love, especially this cover, very much. I love her hair. So I am planning, hopefully I can get to it because there's more than one on my TBR. I want to read the Gold Rush Ranch series by Elsie Silver, because that is the only series by her that I have not read yet, and I just want to read her entire backlist. So this actually is the one I'm looking forward to most, because this is the most tied to Chestnut Springs, considering this is about Violet Eaton, the Eaton sister. So of course the Chestnut Springs series is about the Eaton brothers, and this one is their sister. And she used to be a cam girl, and when she did that, she had these interactions with, what's his name? Cole. So they used to have interactions. He knows exactly what she looks like. Now 2 years later, they meet again in Ruby Creek. He knows who she is, of course, but she doesn't know who he is, and it's gonna be their romance. I have already witnessed their Ichi, of course, in the Chestnut Springs, but I am very excited to read their story. And this one, I believe he is a veteran with some scars. So we'll see if I like this series as much as I love her other two series. Okay, hopefully a newer song, please. Okay, I got my wish. It is newer. It's Royals. I don't know who sings it. Oh my god, I'm gonna be so embarrassed, but it's obviously after 1983. Royals, who sings that? Anyway. Lorde, okay, 2012. Okay, so for Royals by Lorde, I just decided to skip this because I could have gone with a couple books. I could have gone with a romance where the characters are poor, because she's like, I don't care about all this glitz and glamour, basically. But I don't have any set plans to read one. Maybe one will come up in like a random number generator or whatever, but I don't have any set plans. Or I could have gone for like a royal romance, but since that wasn't really the aim of the song, and also there's no real royal romance that I that is on my TBR for September, I decided to just skip this and move on. So I am using a token to remove a book from my TBR. Let's continue on. Okay, so I don't know the title or the artist, but this, I feel like I heard before on like a early 2000 like teen TV show that I used to love, like either One Tree Hill, maybe even Charmed. So I think it is after 1983. I think so. Yeah. Oh, Lenny Kravitz? I did not recognize his voice. Okay, so Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz, and I'm correct. It is in the 90s. For Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz, I once again, this didn't give me anything. Well, I was thinking, okay, maybe I should pick a book that is about like people running away together. But once again, it was just not really on my TBR. So I'm gonna once again pick a color. Pick the color, which is green. This is gonna be the last one, I promise. So since I already talked about this series, I will be reading The Frontrunner by Elsie Silver. This is, I believe, the third book in this series. Yeah. And once again, you can see that this is green, especially the font, but the traditional cover is definitely very green. So yeah, I'm not gonna just read the second and third book. I will be reading the first and the fourth and the novella. But this one is about Stefan. He's basically public enemy number one in this town, and the FMC agreed to 3 fake dates with him. She's a veterinarian, and basically he made this deal with her because she needed help saving this sick foal, and he wanted these 3 dates in return. And of course, this is a fake dating that will turn into like actual dating. I'm very excited about it. I already talked enough about the Gold Rush Ranch series, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's move on. Okay, I don't know. I think it is either before 1974, because it sounds so old, or it's after. Jojo, Get Back to Where You Belong or something. I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god, I don't know. I think... Okay, so last time I thought it was before and it turned out to be after. I genuinely don't know. Let's go for... Let's just leave it here. Or is it before? I don't know! Oh my god. I'm gonna leave it here. Let's see. Fuck! Oh my... Is that... No. This does not sound like the Beatles at all! Oh my god, I hate myself. Truly. Why am I so bad at this all of a sudden? Last game, I was so good. Last game, I was so good. That did not sound like the Beatles. It just didn't. For Get Back by the Beatles, this one I kind of went like through a rabbit hole about this song because apparently it used to be very controversial about the Beatles saying, you know, get back to your own country or something like that. And then apparently after they broke up, John Lennon claims that Paul McCartney did write it about Yoko Ono. So I was thinking, okay, aside from it, like the lyrics do say, you know, go back to where you're from or something like that. I was thinking maybe like a small town romance where one of the characters returns back to where they're originally from. Once again, that was not a book on my TBR that I really wanted to read for it. So I'm using another token and I'm skipping this one. Let's move on. I don't know. I think beginning of the 90s. I don't know this song. Oh my god! I am regretting my decision using these 3 coins. I could have used them. I just need 2 more. 2 more! For Easy by the Commodores. I really couldn't think of a book. So once again, I'm skipping. This is gonna be my last skip, I promise. I don't know this song, but I think it is in the 80s, which I might, I might. Hopefully it's just like after 1983. Just please let me have a win here. Oh my god! Oh my god, somebody save me. Somebody save me. First of all, I have not guessed any song, okay? And I keep getting these older songs. I can't guess the, like, oh my god. I have no words. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I kind of want to shuffle these cards again, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't. Let me just move on. I already have 8 books on my TBR. So it's going to be at least a 10-book TBR if I get everything right from now on. Okay, Don't Leave Me This Way by Thelma Houston. I went for these lyrics. Baby, my heart is full of love and desire for you. Now come on down and do what you got to do. You started this fire down in my soul. Now can't you see it's burning out of control? Come on, satisfy the need in me, because only your good loving can set me free. Okay. This sounded so dirty to me, which I might be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. So I went for, I wanted to go for like a spicy novella, and I found one that I'm very excited about. I went for 8 by Rilsey Adams. This one has been on my TBR for such a long time, so I cannot wait to read it. This is about this woman who has something to celebrate, the biggest contract of her career. So she decides to book a private chef for an exclusive celebratory dinner with her friend. So the chef will come to her house and cook for her, but then her friend cancels, so now she's alone with the chef, and you know, his dinner might not be the only thing on the menu. This sounds like unhinged and so much fun, and it sounds like my dream, honestly. I also would like a chef to cook a hot chef to come to my house and cook a private dinner for me, and then, you know, we could have some dessert. This is only 56 pages. Since this is the longest TBR I've ever had, I just needed some quick, short, fun novellas to slide in there. Also, I was planning on like reading more novellas starting in September, going towards the end of the year, because I am very behind on my Goodreads goal and I would like to finish it. So I need some novellas in my life. Okay, this is Alicia Keys. No one. I don't know. I hopefully I'm correct about this. Otherwise, I'm gonna really, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might quit life. No, I'm gonna quit this. Okay, I think it is before 2012. Yes, okay, the things are looking up. First of all, I guessed the song and I'm correct on the timeline. So I get one of these coins. And just, let me just like, just one more, and then we're done. Hopefully. No One by Alicia Keys. I went for these lyrics. No one can get in the way of what I feel for you. Basically, the things she keeps repeating in this song. Like, I don't know if I said it, but yes, this could definitely fit for any romance. So since I want to really finish some series, I went for Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. This is a bit bigger, but this is only a trilogy. If I read this one, I'll only need to finish one more to finish this trilogy. And I did read the 3rd book and I flew through it. So I might actually fly through this one as well, because this is a marriage of convenience romance, which is one of my favorite tropes, of course. So for those of you who don't know, this is the 2nd book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. I'm definitely reading these out of order because I started with the 3rd, now I'm reading the 2nd, and I'm ending with the 1st. So this is a trilogy about these 3 brothers who are the grandson of this Walt Disney type figure in this world. When their grandfather died, he left each brother a task in the will, and if they complete the task, they will inherit. And Declan's task is getting married and having an heir. So he asks Iris to marry him, and they also have to have a baby. I mean, say less. That is another one of my dreams, okay? Get some rich dude to marry me for his inheritance. Like, why doesn't that happen to me? That is what I want to know. Okay, it is Bittersweet Symphony, but now I have a different problem. I think it should be here, but it could also be here. Bittersweet Symphony. See, I think it is like end of the 90s, but I could be completely wrong about that. Okay, let's just, oh my god. I was so close, but so far away. Oh my god. Okay. You might actually see me cry, okay? It might actually happen. For Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve, I went for this lyric. It's just sex and violence. So I was looking for a like darker, violent, erotic novella, and I found one. I think I went for Satan's Affair by H.D. Carlton. By the time I'm filming this, I'm actually currently reading Haunting Adeline, and I am enjoying it. So I figured, you know, maybe I should really try and finish that series this year, since I actually started it this year. So this is also like a Halloween novella, which, I mean, September, definitely start of fall season, which, by the way, a lot of people have been saying this year for some reason, which I've never heard that before, that August is the start of fall, or people are start decorating in August. And I mean, you do what you gotta do, boo. I'm trying not to judge, but to me, August has nothing at all to do with fall. So that was kind of annoying to me. Anyway, I don't know why I just went on this tangent, but hey ho, I did. Anyway, for me, even though September, technically fall only starts at the end of September, for me, September definitely is very fallish. So I figured this one definitely counts. So every Halloween, Satan's Affair will come to you. So they travel the country offering terrifying haunted houses, thrilling rides, and the tastiest food. And with every passing town, I cleanse the world, one execution at a time. I hide within the walls, casting my judgment for those that reek of evil, singing lullabies to their rotting souls. Once you've been chosen, there's no escaping my henchmen. They cater to my every desire. You can run and you can hide, but it only excites me. Come. Take a walk through my dollhouse where your screams will blend and your cute little pleas will go unanswered, but I can't promise it will be over quickly. This apparently is a white shoes romance. And she's a serial killer, I assume. So, I mean, sex and violence, it seems like it fits. It's in his kiss. Okay, this sounds very old. So I think it's before 74, but it could also be here, like, Don't Leave Me This Way, which was 76. So it sounds like it could be in the 70s. But it could also be before. So we're just gonna... Yes! Oh my god. The Shoop Shoop song. Oh yeah. Anyway, I don't care anymore. I'm not a happy camper anymore. I'm a sad, defeated person. Because I have 11 fucking books on my TBR. That was not on my bingo board, okay? It just wasn't. Like, I almost have double the amount I should have on my timeline. Last, but most certainly not least, is It's in His Kiss by Betty Everett. If I had not read It's in His Kiss, the 7th book in the Bridgerton series, that would fit perfectly because it's also like a purple cover, which that book also has a purple cover, right? Yeah, it does. But I did read that. I really love that one. I went for these lyrics. Does he love me? I want to know. How can I tell if he loves me so? It's in his eyes. Oh no, you'll be deceived. How about the way he acts? Oh no, that's not the way. And you're not listening to all I say. If you want to know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. So I went for Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. And I feel like this fits with the lyrics because, you know, the lyrics say, you know, you can only tell if he loves you by him kissing you. It's not the way he acts. It's not the way he looks at you. It's not the way he behaves in any way. So since this is like an enemies to lovers, doth protest too much kind of hero, I figured it counts because he claims he hates her, so he claims he doesn't like her, but this is their romance. So of course, once he kisses her, it will be clear that he does love her. This book, you follow Teddy and Gus, and they know each other through his sister because that's her best friend. And he never really liked her because anytime his sister gets in trouble, Teddy almost always has something to do with it. And she really doesn't have any plans, and he is a single father, so he is very regimented basically. Now he needs a nanny for his daughter, and the only one who can do it is Teddy. He reluctantly agrees, and that is basically the start of their romance. I only read the second book, so the book before this one in the series, Swift and Saddled, and I do have to say Gus and Teddy were definitely scene sealers. I loved every interaction I read from them in that book, so I'm very much excited about this one. I am actually surprised I've not read this one yet, because I was very much looking forward to this one when I read Swift and Saddled. Whew! Those were all the books that I'm planning on reading in September. I do have to say, the chances of me not finishing my TBR are pretty high. Although I do have to say, I did curate the list of books that I have active plans to read, so maybe I shouldn't sell myself too short. Let's talk about one other anticipated release that I'll for sure get to, and it's Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. This is like the prequel novel to the Letters of Enchantment series by her. So I've read Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows last year, I think. And this is basically a novel that takes place years and years and years before those books. So this is about a young goddess of the underworld, Matilda. She's the youngest goddess. And about this mortal boy who dreams of her, despite the fact that they've never met. And she carries letters through the realms. And 10 years ago, Vincent wrote to Matilda on the darkest night of his life, begging the goddess he befriended in dreams for aid. But his prayers went unanswered, forever hardening his heart against the gods. That is until the same goddess comes stumbling through his window, bearing a letter to change both their destinies. For Matilda and Vincent are tangled together by threads of fate and the promise of a future beyond dreams, one that might rewrite the dark, blood-soaked ways of the gods, or end them. This cover is gorgeous. I do have to say, with Rebecca Ross's books, the UK covers are so much more beautiful, in my opinion, than the US one, so I'm very glad I already pre-ordered this one. I cannot wait to read it. So yeah, definitely let me know in comments below if you think I'll finish my TBR. Which, I mean, you'll have more faith in me than I do if you think that. And also, I'd really love to know, what are you planning on reading in September? Leave all that in the comments below. If you're down there, leave me some sort of devil emoji, because this TBR was definitely evil this month. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know by leaving a like if you did. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.